TikTok has made it easier for creators to earn money. According to Bloomberg, TikTok didn't officially announce the change, but users noticed that the threshold to join its affiliates program dropped to 1,000 followers from 5,000. Affiliates, for those unfamiliar, are creators who can post videos promoting products sold in TikTok Shop and collect commissions on the sales they generate. Bloomberg conjectured that by giving more content creators an opportunity to make money, TikTok can shift the narrative to big government stifling small business, a claim on which TikTok also declined to comment. And do you think the connection between the potential ban is real, or is this just a good business move from TikTok? What's your take on that one?
Let's talk about PR window dressing from last week. I think that's exactly what this is. I do
You
not
do?
think,
Wow,
oh
really?
gosh,
Oh, I totally disagree.
I think
I totally
sure
disagree.
you'll probably get some more creators on the platform because they've lowered this threshold, but I don't think that's going to especially don't think that's going to move the needle at all on the ban. I don't think that anybody cares about the like what now that you have smaller this is like small businesses. It's not the same as somebody that's
Yeah.
opening a store on Main Street. I think actually the bigger question that I have here, Chris, and then I'd love to get your feedback too, is if the TikTok infrastructure is set up to support more sellers on the platform, and if
Right.
the earning potential is there for the creators. And I would say that the latter is probably something that I'm curious to see play out, because you have to know, like, is the payout
Yeah.
worth it for the creators? It's not a lot of money that you're getting from affiliate revenue. And so I'm curious, like, just because you open it up doesn't mean that it's going to be worth the time spent for these creators to create these videos. Does the impact, if it does that impact demand or product availability, since TikTok's handling all the logistics? They're not working directly with the brands for this. This is like everything going directly through TikTok. And then do people start to move away from TikTok in general because more content is affiliate content instead of actual content from people just talking about things that interest them? So nothing that I
Mm,
don't think can be overcome, but I
mm.
just think that there's more to it than this focus on the ban and whether or not this is going to save TikTok from
Would
getting banned in the US.
Do you think that's TikTok's impetus, or do you think that's just the journalists trying to make a connection there that isn't really there?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think TikTok's going to do anything they can to try to make themselves
Yeah.
look like they're supporting the US economy and
Yeah,
looking
I think
good.
the
So,
connection's kind of loose personally. And
yeah.
I'm not worried about the points you said too. I mean, I think, I my take on it, Ann, is honestly, I think it's just 100% good e-commerce. It's e-commerce is all about the long tail.
Yeah.
The more people you get selling stuff, the more stuff you typically sell. I mean, hell, look at our business. We do a podcast on the future of retail. There's a niche for anyone.
Mhm.
And to your point about, it's small time for a lot of creators. Yeah, it is. But for those that it isn't, it's still pretty valuable and people see that. And then more people get into it and all that kind of thing. So TikTok is just, essentially allowing more creators to sell product on behalf of them. So, if I step back, why is 5,000 a better cutoff than 1,000? I think that's an interesting question to ask yourself, but because it's all arbitrary, if at some point
Well, it
it,
might be, but that's where I think that's where my question about, like, is the TikTok infrastructure prepared to handle that many more people?
ex- exactly right. And I think this is the next logical step in the test. They tested it at 5. Now they're going
Sure.
down to 1. And you get to a point where if it's a true open economy and you're allowing everyone in and you believe in the principles of long tail e-commerce, you get to the point where there is no threshold even. And
Yeah.
so that's probably what they're experimenting with to understand,
Right.
what happens with the user experience, what happens with the quality of creators that are engaging on this. The other part of this too is the algorithm. You mentioned, like, does the algorithm start serving up creators trying to sell you too many products? Well, if you're not looking at that, the algorithm should not serve that up to you either. So that should not be a factor either. If you think about how this plays out, it should only be a factor for those that want to see it. So there's a lot of things here that, this could just be a natural evolution here, which is, again, and TikTok's the only one really doing this. Facebook's
Mhm.
gone away from this almost entirely. So I think it's smart. I love it.
Yeah, the money just has to be there. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, like the quality of the content and whether or not these, 1,000, the people with 1,000 followers can really make this. It's a job, like it's
Mhm.
definitely you have to put a lot of
But it
work
will be
in.
for
So,
some of them because everybody starts small
yes.
and somebody will
Yes.
somebody will figure it out, but it gives them the ability to
It,
be bigger quicker, I guess, is the
that's
reason I
right.
like it. So,
Yes.
yay capitalism.
Oh my God. All right.